Okay, what we're gonna do here is change the strings on an acoustic guitar with a very minimal amount of tools. One, pair of wire cutters. Two, pair of pliers. So, first thing we're going to do is loosen up every string on here. If you have a string winder, that makes this a lot easier, but just take them about that loose. So, unscrew, unscrew, unscrew. And that way, when we cut these, they don't go flying in our face. And I just take the wires, those strings, we're gonna cut them right over the sound hole. I do 2 at a time, it's quicker. Next, we have to take these pegs out. There's various different tools you can use for that. I'm gonna show you the easy way. If you don't have those tools, take a paper towel, fold it in the jaws of your pliers. Come down here, grab your peg, and out it comes. These are actually so easy, I think I can get them with just my hand. Don't lose these, they're important. And now we can pull out the old strings. Set those somewhere safe so you don't lose any or poke yourself in the foot. Next, we're gonna come up to the top, unwind these, and just pull them loose. Now, every company and every video will tell you how to wind these differently. I'm going to show you how to do a locking method that keeps these things in tune pretty easily. Everyone has their own preferred amount of turns in terms of how many times around each tuning peg they want to put the string. I like to have at least 2, sometimes a little bit more on the smaller strings. So we got our brand new set. This is going to be using extra lights. And we pull them out. They're in order from biggest, well, smallest to biggest. I like to start with the biggest string because that's the easiest to work with, and that's going to give you the best example. For this film, I'm going to show you just how to do the biggest string, the low E, and then we'll cut and show you how to finish this all up. So, first thing, take this end with the brass nut on the end of it, poke it down through the bridge, take the peg with the grooved end, poke that down so that the wire or the string is in the groove, pull up on the string, push down on the peg. Now we're seated firmly in the bridge. We're going to come up to our tuning peg and rotate this until the hole is going sideways. Once we're going sideways, we come in from the inside, pull that in, grab a hold of this string and pull it back about a fret, maybe a little bit more than a fret on a acoustic guitar. Now we're going to put this in place. We're going to tune this or twist this around so that the string comes up over the top. and we're gonna have it come over the top of the tail of the string there. You wanna keep a little bit of tension on the string while you're doing that so you don't get a loose wrapping. So once over the top, pull this under, and it's okay to keep pulling it tight as you go. Keep turning this around. Now, as we start to get around to the string, we're gonna push down and wind underneath. So now we're winding on the bottom side of that string, and this is gonna give us a lock that keeps the string from slipping while we're playing. So now we just twist this till the string is fairly tight. You'll see we'll probably get 3 wraps on this, maybe just a hair more. And that's about how that string should sound. Once we've got it tight like that, we come back with the wire cutters. And we're gonna cut this string. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the second string. Poke the end down through the hole, peg in, pull up on it. Same deal, we're gonna spin this until the hole goes crossways through. Thread this in from the inside. Pull it semi-tight, go back about a fret, no more than a fret anymore. And I like to put a little bit of a hard bend in it. You'll see there's a bend there in that string. So that kind of just helps define where it's gonna wrap around the peg. Now we twist, and again, a string winder makes this much easier. It's a good $10 investment off Amazon, but this video is for people with no tools. We're going over the top of the tail, going on around, and then we're gonna go underneath of every string thereafter. Keeping a little bit of tension on it. And there we go. Snip this off. And then you can cut it fairly close here. I'll leave about a millimeter or 2. That's it. All right, we got all the new strings put on this guitar. I've got this cool device called a Snark. It's a clip-on tuner. It goes on the end of the guitar. I'll point it towards the camera so you can kind of see it. We just power it on, pluck our string. See, we're a little D. We need to get up to E. And that one's right on. Bring the A string up to A. To G, there's G. Bring this on up to B. And the top E. can see how much easier it is to do this when you have an automatic tuner. You got to go through it a second time because the guitar geometry changes as these strings get tighter. There we go, and a perfect E chord. And that's how you change the strings.